Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have some new LA Girl to try out for you guys today. This is, I think, their holiday collection, or maybe it'll be something else, who knows. But this is their holiday collection for 2022. Now, I picked up the 20 pen eyeshadow palette. I picked up the set of 5 different eyeliners. You guys know I love LA Girl eyeliners. There was also a lip gloss set. I want to say there was like 4 or 5 different lip glosses, and then there were 3 little pots of pressed glitter. So I didn't get the glosses, I didn't get the glitter. All of this dropped this past Sunday on the Ulta Beauty website and in stores. I did pick this up in stores at my local Ulta, and I'm really excited about it. Let me go ahead and show you guys what this beautiful palette looks like. I like the outward packaging, a really nice, beautiful rose gold. And then we open it up, and here are the shades. So this is definitely, I'm gonna hold it like this so that the glare doesn't blind you guys, but this is a nice neutral palette. It's like a little pink and gold leaning neutral palette, but I thought this would make a nice alternative to maybe some of the more higher end palettes that have been coming out for holiday. For example, Huda Beauty, ABH. I mean, those palettes are all $50 plus. This palette was $14 and change. And then for the eyeliners, I had the 20% off coupon, so the eyeliners came out to $10 and change. You guys know that LA Girl is a super affordable brand at Ulta, and I love the brand. There's a lot of things that I enjoy. I have pretty much a full face of LA Girl on right now. Everything that I'm wearing is drugstore with the exception of the eyeshadow primer, which is my Too Faced, and I have the Hourglass Ambient Infinity Powder on. So other than that, everything drugstore. I've had this makeup on all day. I'm just getting home from work. I cannot wait to create some looks for you guys. I'm going to be doing 3 looks with this palette. I'm going to try and incorporate as many eyeliners as I can. Before we get started, I want to just quickly swatch the eyeliners for you. They are all very neutral shades. This one right here is more of like a dark brown, kind of like a smoky shade. They don't have names on them, shade names, but they are wooden pencil liners. Let me go ahead and just swatch out all of them. So there are the 5 different liners. We have some metallics. We have one on the end that could be like a lower lash line highlight. And then we have that dark brown. To me, it looks like dark brown. So I'm going to try incorporate everything. I'm going to try and use as many shades as I can in the 3 looks I'm going to be creating, and I'm just excited for it. Again, I love trying LA Girl products out. There's a lot of good things in the brand that I really do enjoy. If it is your first time here on my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to everybody. My name is Steph, and this is what I love to do. I love trying out new makeup. That is primarily the content you see here on my channel. Lots of new makeup reviews. I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes. I'll be creating 3 looks for you guys today. I do makeup ranking videos, haul videos. If all of that sounds great to you and you want to see my videos on pretty much a daily basis, I do tend to upload quite a bit. Do me a favor and click on that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I drop a new video. And if you like what you see, if you just want to see some affordable makeup, give this video a thumbs up before you go. As usual, guys, I will have everything that I'm wearing, that I'm trying, linked and listed in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. I just want to give a quick shout out to my hair. This is day 3 of my hair with the initial styling of my new Shark FlexStyle that I picked up. I'll have that video linked up above. In case you're wondering, Steph, what's the Shark FlexStyle? It is the affordable alternative to the Dyson Airwrap, but this is how my hair looks 3 days later. I haven't restyled it. I haven't put a hot tool to it at all. All I've done these last 2 days is spray it with some hairspray in the morning, and I do some dry shampoo at night. This is how it looks. I didn't brush it. I just ran my fingers through it. I think it looks pretty good. And keep in mind, I'm in South Texas. It's very humid. I think my hair is holding up fantastic. Just wanted to give you that quick update in case you had that Shark FlexStyle on your mind. Maybe you were going to add it to your Christmas wish list. So far, I've had a good experience. I think it's worked out really well on my fine hair, fine color treated hair. So let's dive into this new LA Girl holiday collection. The name of the palette, guys, is Dazzle all the way. I think I forgot to mention that. If you guys want to see the 3 looks I'm about to create, keep on watching. All right, so like I just mentioned, my eyelids are primed with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. Let's dive into this palette. I think it's so pretty, and for somebody like me that I love colorful makeup, I don't buy like a lot of neutral palettes. I was drawn to this. I love LA Girl. I was drawn to the price point, and I thought that a lot of you would be interested in seeing this palette. I hope I'm right. I think the shade that I'm gonna start off with first is this one right here. The shade is called Dare to Dream, and I'm taking this shade on a BK A503. I had a very productive weekend. I kind of cleaned around up here at my filming desk. I washed about half of my brushes. I washed all the Refer brushes. I'll have to wash the BK ones later on this week. But you know, I feel good. I feel, you know, a little more energized to film. I don't know about you guys, but when there's clutter around, it kind of makes me unmotivated, and I guess it just kind of stresses me out. So now that I have a nice clean space, I'm feeling very productive, very motivated. All right, so this is a very, very light shade, and I think it's maybe just a little lighter than what it looks in the pan. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Deja Vu, and I'm taking that on a BK202. Okay, so that was also another really light shade. I'm going to try going in with the shade right here called Seductive, and I'm going to use another BK beauty brush. This is the A502. Well, that one has some more pigment, but I feel like these shadows are coming across deeper in the pan than what they translate to on the lid. Okay, same brush. Now I'm going to go into the shade right here. This one is called Wildest Dream. Well, that's working out great. This is a deeper shade. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Deja Vu. Now I'm going to go in with this shimmer shadow right here. This one's called Mesmerized. And I'm taking Mesmerized on a BK A505. I'm feeling some fallout. I'm going back in with the shade Wildest Dream and a BK207. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Wishful on a damp Refer 03. That's a really pretty shade. I think I'm going to add some of this shade right here to the center. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Okay guys, I'm gonna do the finishing touches off camera. I'll probably try and incorporate a couple of the liners, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 1. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 1. I went in with the dark brown liner. It is a dark brown. And then I went in with the one next to it on the lower waterline, kind of like a rose gold metallic. I really like this inner corner, and I like how it kind of made the shimmer shade appear on the lid pop. The mascara I'm using in today's video is Lash Beats from e.l.f. And this is the look. I'm not blown away with the palette. The liners are a little bit tough. They're not as creamy as the Shockwave liners, which are my favorite liners that LA Girl makes. Those are more gel eyeliners. These are more of your basic wooden pencil liners. So they feel more of like a lip liner than they do of an eyeliner, if that makes sense. But, you know, the end result is nice. It's nice. It's nice. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. Okay, so So for look number 2, now that I know some of these shades are going to be very lightly pigmented, it almost makes me just want to start with a deeper shade. I think I'm going to start with Daydreamer. Now I'm taking this shade on a Rephr 15. Oh, wow. Okay. That is a pigmented shade. Now, to me, this shade looks like it does in the pan, which is what I wanted for a couple of the other ones that I used over here. So I really like this shade. The shade blended out well. And I will say the other shades, they have been blending well. So it's nothing against like the blend. It's just, I guess, the intensity, the pigmentation. Now I'm going to go into, actually, let's go to this shade. This is like a dark blue. I haven't swatched this palette yet at the time I'm filming this portion. The shade is called Twilight. And I'm taking Twilight on a Rephr 14. It would have been nice to have had maybe a navy blue eyeliner instead of one of those other metallic liners. Is this a black or a blue? Let's see. Oh, I guess it's like black. Kind of looked blue in the pan, but nope, it's black. Okay, so, well, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Well, then forget what I said about the navy blue eyeliner. Going in with a little bit more of Daydreamer, the first shade. All right, well, that matte black is a good one. And it's one that can be built up, and it does blend out fairly easily. So not bad. All right, so what I'm gonna do next, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade first, up here. This one is All the Way. I'm gonna try applying it with my finger. It's pretty, kind of like an antique gold. Now I'm gonna go in with this other shade right here. This one is called Shine On. I'm going to use my damp Morphe M124. I pick up the product first and then I just spray it with some setting spray. Ooh, that's pretty. Going back in with this shade over here, All the Way. Adding a little bit more of Twilight. Matte black. Now I'm going back in with Daydreamer, which was the first shade I used, and I'm just taking this shade on a little Shot Miss A pencil brush. I'm going to add a little bit of Twilight. Now for the inner corner, I'm going to add this gold. It is this one right here in the center. You know, it's nice, but I know they have a better formula. So that's why it's just okay. I'm going to add a little bit of the dark brown liner. Now I'm going to add like the more nude color, this one on the end. I'm probably going to do some black liner on the top lash line and just touch up the mascara, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 2. I need to point out some differences in eyeliner. So this is the LA Girl Shockwave liner. This one's in the shade Blackout. This is what I have on the upper lash line, and I went ahead and added it to the lower waterline. I felt like a black just went with this look better than that nude color eyeliner that I had on the waterline. This formula is so easy to use and it lasts. It stays put. This is a very soft formula, gel formula. This doesn't tug at the eyelid. You can easily do a wing with it or just tight line the way I did. It works well in the waterline. These are the best liners that LA Girl has, the best ones. I even use the Shockwave lip liners on my eyes. Haven't experienced any irritation. These eyeliners are a little tougher, and they're both wooden, but this is a gel formula and this is just like a basic, like a lip liner formula, you know? So these, you're gonna feel a tug. They feel a little bit more dry. These other ones, the Shockwave, they're not dry at all. I would highly recommend picking up one or two. If you're gonna get this palette, pick up one or two of these liners, maybe if you're gonna give this as a gift, because those Shockwave liners are the best. They're absolutely amazing. And that is the completed look. So just wanted to quickly point that out because I really did notice those differences. But I'm going to remove this look and I'll be right back and we'll start creating the third and final look with this new LA Girl holiday palette. Okay, so let's start working on look number 3. I really want to use this shimmer shadow down here. This looks really pretty. So I think I'm going to start with the shade Sweetheart, which is down here in the corner. I'll put that in the crease and then we'll go from there. And I'm using a Rephr 16. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one's called Starstruck. And I'm using a Rephr 14. All right, so I do like the way the matte black and this dark matte brown, I do like the way they build up and blend out, and they're easy to work with. Now I'm going to go in with this shade down here. This one is called Dazzle. Using a damp Morphe M124. Use my finger. I definitely think you get better payoff with your finger versus a damp brush. I don't always like to use my finger. I think I can see now why they added those pressed glitters. I'm just glad they did it separate, you know? They didn't include it in the palette. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one's called Excitement. And these are more textured shimmers. I do feel fallout. Like every time I'm applying them, I feel fallout. I mean, they're pretty, but I don't know. I feel like they're missing something. Adding a little bit more of Starstruck. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This looks like it's a satin. This one's called Toast and Celebrate. I'm taking that on a Rephr 26. Same Rephr 26. Now I'm adding Excitement, which was this inner corner shade. I really think that glitter primer, and LA Girl has one, I just haven't tried it. I think that would help out a lot. I think that's going to be a necessity with these textured shimmers, but I'm liking the end result. Okay guys, I'm going to add finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the third and final look. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 3. I think this look is my favorite. What do you guys think? I used some more of the Shockwave liner on the top lash line, and then for the lower waterline, I went in with the dark brown one over here. These don't go well in the waterline. I feel like it's already coming off. I had to go in several times, and since they're not the most creamy of formula, it's a little tough to put in the waterline. And I just wiped off the swatches. Swatches wipe off really easily as well. So let me go ahead, let me wrap up today's video. I'll share with you my thoughts on this new LA Girl holiday collection. Alright guys, so now that I've created 3 looks, I have a good feel for this palette. This is the Dazzle All The Way palette from LA Girl. I think the outward packaging is really pretty, and I think when you open it up, I think you're going to appreciate the color story more so in person than how it translates online or in camera, because I definitely, you know, when I opened it up, I was like, wow, this is a really pretty palette. It performs like a $15 palette. You know, I feel like LA Girl has better shadows in their collection. My favorites are those, are they 16 or 20 pan palettes? They're in a plastic packaging. One of them is Festy Bestie. The other one is Vacay, Slay Vacay, or Vacay All Day, something like that. But that type of packaging, the shadows that are usually in those palettes, to me, those have been the best formula that LA Girl has. This formula is just, it's workable. I'll just say that it's workable. Some of the matte shades are really good. They're really pigmented. Thank goodness the darker shades, like these three right here, were probably my favorite mattes to work with. Some of these other lighter shades, like I didn't get to use this one, but like this shade, some of these, like they don't translate. They look better in the pan. They look, you know, a better shade in the pan than what they turn out to be on the lid. So that was a little disappointing. I definitely think with the shimmers, you're definitely gonna have to spray them. You want to use a glitter primer, glitter glue, because you're gonna get fallout. But are they the most intense of shimmers? No. And that's okay, because this is a neutral palette. Somebody who buys this palette maybe doesn't want that intense of a shimmer. They still want to sparkle, but I think that's the reason why they included those pressed glitters. Like they put them off to the side. They're little glitter pots to where you could amp up the sparkle if you wanted to by just buying those three little pressed glitters. And I like that. I do appreciate that from LA Girl quite a bit, because I know there's a lot of you out there, you just can't tolerate pressed glitter. It irritates your eyes. It just gets everywhere. It gets annoying sometimes, right? So I do like that they excluded that from the palette. I think good job on that, LA Girl. Other than that, you know, I feel it's a nice neutral palette. Is this the holiday palette of 2022? No. But is it a nice neutral palette? Yeah, you know, it's okay. You know, for 15 bucks, I don't mind that I paid less than 15 bucks. I paid $14 and change. You know, I don't mind, but I do think LA Girl has a better formula, and this is just all right. As far as the eyeliners go, stay clear of them. I would not pick up these eyeliners. It's a set of 5. I got them for like $10 and change. Just don't. By all means, guys, pick up these LA Girl Shockwave liners. The lip liners and the eyeliners, best formula. Like this even beats some high-end eyeliners. Like if you're on the fence about the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencils, those are like $22 or $23 each. These right here are like $4 a piece. Sometimes you can get them for $3 each. So highly recommend these from LA Girl. Don't get these that are in this holiday collection. Didn't like them at all. As a matter of fact, I think I might even be returning these because these did nothing for me. They were just too dry to work with. There was a lip gloss set, which I kind of wish I had just gotten the lip glosses instead of the eyeliners, but I thought, well, I love the Shockwave liners. I guess I'm gonna like these. You know, I thought I would, but no, those are duds. And then of course, if you want to pick up the little pots of glitter, it's a trio. Forget how much that retails for, but it's LA Girl. Everything in this collection is affordable. I'm gonna give the palette, guys, just 1 thumbs up. Like, it wasn't my favorite LA Girl palette, but you know, it's all right. It gets the job done. If you're looking for something inexpensive, maybe you just need like a quick gift or stocking stuffer, you know, and these are the shades that the person you're gonna give the palette to really gravitates towards, then have at it. But include a Shockwave liner in that little gift, and include a glitter glue or glitter primer. LA Girl makes one, and I think they'll be able to create some amazing looks with that trio of products. But let me know your thoughts, guys. What did you think of this LA Girl holiday collection? Is this palette in your future? Did you see it already in stores at Ulta? Maybe you ordered it online yesterday. Let me know what look you like best as well. Are you team 1, 2, 3, none, all? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is y'all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Cheers. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.